guys! Today I'm going to review Death Wish 5, The Face of Death.
Charles Bronson. Guns make you nervous? Death Wish.
Death Wish 5, The Face of Death came out in 1994 and it's the fifth and final film in the series. It was also Charles Bronson's final theatrical film. He would later make a few TV movies. Charles Bronson was almost 73 when he made Death Wish 5. It was written and directed by Allan A. Goldstein, music by Terry Plumery. It runs 95 minutes and only cost $5 million to make. However, it was a commercial disaster and only made $1.7 million back. Charles Bronson got paid more than half the entire budget. Unlike the previous films in the series, this was mostly shot in studio to save money because of the budget being cut. Charles Bronson was unhappy with the finished film, as he was with parts 3 and 4, and said he wouldn't play the character again. A sixth film was planned, called Death Wish 6, The New Vigilante, about a follower of Paul Kersey. However, it was scrapped in the late 1990s. However, a remake was made in 2018, starring Bruce Willis. Death Wish 5, The Face of Death, stars Charles Bronson, Lesley-Anne Down, Michael Parks, Saul Rubinek, and Ken Walsh. So the plot of this film is Paul Kersey. He's going to get married to this woman. She's his fiancée, but she gets attacked and her face disfigured. She later gets killed. You're back again to this revenge theme story. So this gangster who used to be married to Paul Kersey's fiancée, and he has a daughter to her, it's him who got her disfigured. He got one of his henchmen to do it. So he's a great villain. That's one of the good things about this final film. The villain's good.
God, that's gross. Big tub of guts. I think you ought to have Dr. O'Shea's 1 second weight loss.
Although Charles Bronson was 73 when he made this, he does look about 10 years younger at least. He's a very fit looking man for 73.
Ye bloody hell, nearly 73? Does he keep his bloody gun in his fucking Zimmer frame?
However, Lesley-Anne Down's character's only 40 when she made this film. You can tell the age difference between him and her. There's about a 33-year gap.
Bloody hell, a 40-year-old woman like that going with a 73-year-old fella? She'd be after his bloody money.
Yeah, Bones, it's only a movie. And the script's quite good as well. It injects some dark humour. In one scene, Paul Kersey has this ball that's really a bomb. And he's got this remote control and he explodes it. One of the henchmen, he goes into the toilet dressed as a woman.
There, that's better.
Oh, God damn dandruff. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, Phil, a lot of these bloody trans men go in these bloody women's toilets these days. And they're allowed to bloody go in. It's a bloody disgrace. Bloody bloke in a bloody skirt watching some bloody young lasses gunning in. Bloody terrible.
It's a fucking disgrace. What a fucking disgrace.
Yeah, they do. Bones are allowed to go into women's toilets these days.
On Mother Kelly's doorstep, down Paradise Road.
However, this film would have been a lot better if the budget had been higher. And it's kind of let down because a lot of it's shot in studio, film sets, instead of out on location. Whereas the other films in the series, there was a lot of location work, especially the earlier ones, and that's what gives them atmosphere. But you don't get the same in a studio set, and the sets do look cheap. They're sort of like a bit too cramped, especially the fashion design place, where you see all these models. And the reason for this is Charles Bronson's budget. He took nearly all the money.
The greedy old bugger.
And the film does look inferior, especially compared to the first 3, where Michael Winner directed them. He's a much better director. And he seemed to know the Paul Kersey character better. So that's why them films are a lot better than the last 2 in the series. So overall I thought it was a disappointing end to the series. Still a fun film to watch though. And it could have been a heck of a lot better if they had a bit more spent on it. You can tell it's low budget. It's almost like a TV movie, which is a shame because this one could have been a really good one in the series. But I still enjoyed it, so out of 10, I'll give this one a 7. 7 out of 10. But a different ones, I do like it.
Charles Bronson was too bloody old in the bugger. He looks soft as shit.
Now that I've done all 5 of the Death Wish films, I'll rank them in order. So in reverse order, I'll put in 5th place this film, Part 5. In 4th place, I'll put Death Wish 4, The Crackdown. These are 2 close films, 5 and 4. These are the 2 films that weren't directed by Michael Winner, and they do show they're not as good as the first 3 in the series. In 3rd place, I'll put Part 3. This is a fun film with over-the-top action. However, I think it does go a little bit too far with the action, so it becomes a bit less realistic. In 2nd place, I'm putting Part 2. This is a hard-hitting film, and it's got a very controversial rape scene that critics didn't like at the time.
I would have said, to coin a phrase, that Death Wish 2 was Barbara Cartland with blood. Now, let me just expand on that one little bit.
So it's very much a Marmite film. You either love it or you hate it. But I think it's really good, and it's a very underrated film. But in 1st place, I've got to put the original, Death Wish. This is a masterpiece. And it's not really a film about revenge, it's more a film about a man having a mental breakdown after his family gets attacked. Charles Bronson's amazing in it. He really does give one of his best performances in the first film. That's my ranking of these films. Put your ranking down below if you want. So mine are pretty weird because it's all in reverse order. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. See you next time. Like, subscribe and share. Bye. Bye.
Hey, Freddie, I'm going to take care of your dandruff problem for you.